Welcome to the Union Football Coaches Show. I'm Rick Croy along with the head coach, Kirk Frederick, and boy, it's always nice as the season ends to get a win. But I thought more than that against Edmond North that your guys were sharp early.
I really felt that way. Obviously, we had, the Mustang game where we definitely were struggling at times, and I think our kids really kind of refocused on some of the fundamentals last week. I know the coaches did, and I was really excited to see some of that refocus pay off, to see us come out really all three phases play very well. Special teams, Io got another block and had a big touchdown by Isaac Ledbetter that you'll see on the highlights. But overall, I thought our kids played pretty well, and as the head coach, pretty excited about where we are momentum-wise heading into the playoffs.
And you got really important snaps for a backup quarterback in Zach Fisher. He was really in the race last year right up until then, but good for him to play with the first team, and then good for him to perform like that, I thought.
Yeah, Zach continues to play well, and it's really not surprising. I mean, I think people have seen, in his tenure here, he's come in a backup role a couple of times against Jinx last year in the Backyard Bowl, led us to a lead up until the last few seconds. But for him, he walked off the field with us ahead at that game a year ago against Broken Arrow. Also led our team to victory in that one against Mustang last week. So he's had some battle-tested time and has proved to be very, very capable and does a great job for us.
And you'll see he did a good job of managing this offense. You take a look at the numbers, they are impressive overall. Once again, over 500 yards of total offense for the Union Redskins, 22 first downs. And when you look at that, Kirk, what really jumps out at you?
Well, for us, it's always nice to get the rushing game started again. I thought Tyler ran with a lot of determination early on. Especially that first touchdown that he had. A lot of determination there, offensive line as well. And, of course, Shamari ran the ball well, and Terrell, those guys did a great job in the run game. I also enjoyed seeing the officials put their flags up. I think that our guys, played a much cleaner game and did a nice job with that. And then, of course, defensively, our guys continue to play well. We've got Malon Al-Jabori, I think, at 14 sacks on the year. Man, what an amazing year he's having. And just to put that in perspective, I think Nathan Peterson has the record at 14 sacks. So he's playing with a lot of passion, as well as several other guys. Colton King played outstanding on defense. And anytime you've got your D-line, your linebackers, those guys playing that well, you get that total around 100 yards rushing. That's pretty good.
Well, 8 first downs, you hold somebody to 8 first downs, they're off the field an awful lot. That makes a big difference. But with Malon and Lorenzo coming from the outside, quarterbacks don't have a lot of options.
No, they really don't. I think LT just has had such a great senior season, and look forward to seeing what he can do in the future, and especially the near future, the playoffs, as we get closer to that. But LT's had such an outstanding year, and a lot of those seniors, we're so senior dominated, but for a head coach, it's been a lot of fun this year with that group of guys because they play with so much passion. And it was senior week last week, so a lot of fun, a lot of exciting little things we did with the seniors, and then to cap it off with a great win. And
a lot of those seniors want to win a state championship. I would bet you every one of them do, and that road begins this weekend with Edmond Memorial. We'll talk about that later on, but first of all, we'll get to the first half highlights of Union and Edmond North when we come back on the Union Football Coaches Show.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
It's no secret that Oklahoma schools have their challenges. We all want to help our schools excel, and TTCU has a great way to get involved. Right now, when you open a TTCU checking account with a School Pride Visa check card, you'll get $50, and so will your school. Each time you swipe, they donate. So far, they've given nearly $500,000 to local schools. Together, we can make a real difference for our kids. Cash for you and your school? Check at TTCU.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. The head coach, Kirk Frederick. I'm Rick Corey. And let's take a look at the first half highlights as Union took on Edmond North to end the regular season. And boy, I think they started with a pretty bold play, Coach.
They really did. They came out and we anticipated some onside kick and some things that took place, but right off the bat, guy did a great job. I mean, he kicked it hard and just bounced right off of us there. And what a great play for them to steal a possession from us. Defensively, we've got to come out and make some big plays. You see a huge play there. Chance Wingluski in there on a big stop underneath, and Colton King come back deep. Got great coverage there by Trey Brown on top of the receiver. They come back with the boot pass, and we're a little late on the coverage, but fortunately that pressure that Jack had there puts the throw off just a little bit.
There you see Tyler doing what Tyler does.
What a great punting game they had. They punted the ball really high and pinned us deep, and come right away with Zach with a nice throw there to Robert. Tried to get outside just a little bit, and a little hesitation. At that speed, they're going to catch up with you and puts us in a long yardage situation. You can see Zach rolling out here on that third down, and they cover it up pretty well. He tries to get what he can, but comes up a couple yards short, so we punt the ball away, let our defense continue to play well.
And they do. Look at that.
Oh, LT, what a great job on the edge right there. Love the camera work here. Get a nice reverse angle. You can see LT staying home, and what a great open field tackle for a big kid.
And Malon was right there on the other side, too.
Outstanding job. You see Terrell there on the tailback flare, and Adrian Lewis. They come back, throw the ball underneath, and man, is he hit hard on the outside there. I believe that may have been Jalen on the outside. Come back real quick, and you can see that Zach does a nice job reading the defense, gets the ball out to Robert, and get some positive yards. They blitz the gap that we're running into, and we miss it there, but we don't miss it on this one.
No, and you're right here. It's just a foot race.
That's picking them up and putting them down right there as he goes all the way down inside the 10. I love the block here by Will Hamilton. His guy was occupied. We had design on that play, and that's what you get from a senior that's played a lot. He just wraps up in the hole, picks up a linebacker, and that gets Tyler in there.
You know, the thing with Tyler, too, he's just run that long, and he is not tired. The kid just continues to be fresh.
Continues to. Carries two guys into the end zone. Love that touchdown run. Eric Giddings and Malon, what a great job those guys have done all year. Look at Jack in there taking on a big lineman. That lets Colton King and Adrian chase it down from behind. Does a super job. Shamari on the pressure from the outside. Didn't know that running back can get in there on defense a little bit. Makes him step up, and Malon gets another sack. Not really understand why people don't block that guy, but Io comes in, I think, on his fourth block of the year. And you can see him take it right off the foot. He's got a knack for that. And then Isaac Ledbetter, he's a junior backup linebacker for us. Plays on a lot of special teams and gets a touchdown.
Just had his big moment.
He sure did. Great job there as we come and knock the ball loose. And he was down, but it's definitely a loss of yardage. I think we had 14 tackles for loss on the night. And our defense played well. And they made a nice throw and catch here and a missed tackle. And unfortunately, we give up a cheap one there. Come back. Offense got to go back to work. Love the read from Zach. Hits Austin Barnes, senior wide receiver, on the outside play.
Love the no hesitation.
There's Tyler again, carrying guys, moving forward. They just kind of latch onto him. He takes them with him all the way. Set up a play action pass. There's Trey. And I think everyone in the stadium thought that ball was overthrown.
Yeah,
and,
except Trey.
Except Trey. I asked him, I said, did you think he threw it too far? And he says, I was just looking for it. So I don't think he understands what that means. He just chases it down.
As soon as it left his hand, you turn and look and see Trey and realize how open he is right there. And you're just
the separation he has from that corner with that speed is really fun to see and fun to coach.
The closing speed of your defense here is so impressive.
Those guys are just all over. LT with a huge hit on the outside. You can see her quarterback just reverse out, and he's got somebody in his face right now. Those guys are really playing this unit. And what I really like to see about them is how they all are interacting together and playing together. You know, all the gaps they're all moving in the same direction and filling those gaps. Got Shamari in there, got big blocks inside there. Got Holton Fox and Krishan and those guys doing a great job blocking. Javin Sunoka, and we got a nice little throw and catch to the outside to Austin Barnes. And what a great read by our tailback, cutting it back there and gets us down into the red zone. And love seeing that guy just chipping in 39-yarders.
Yeah, that's a weapon now.
Chase has done a great job.
It really does. I mean, it does make your job easier, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You talk about scoring in the red zone, you want to give that guy a chance. Love the play there by Jack on the outside. Jackie does a really nice job with that. Just our guys continuing to apply pressure. Anytime they're throwing the ball out of their end zone, you know that your defense is playing well and gives us the ball right away.
Terrell running angry.
Terrell Buchanan, you're exactly, he runs like he's mad at the ground. I bet you Robert would love to have that one back, wide open, and saw the touchdown before he caught the ball. And
that's an example of running angry right there. He runs over his own guy. I mean, he just wants to get upfield.
Love the way he puts his foot in the ground and goes north and south.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. And if you're a defender, you have to think, oh, not him again.
What a throw and a catch. I mean, what an outstanding read. And Robert out there on the out route, and then Terrell coming in. Got a great block by Kershawn Edwards as Terrell's able to come in. Look at the angle we have here. Got double teams at the point of attack. Kershawn winds up getting two guys as the linebacker misfits, and Terrell goes in for a touchdown.
He had two guys. He had one guy in the hole. That's not going to work. You're not going to tackle him with one guy.
Not for that guy. They come out, and we have a little breakdown here. And as I told our guys, this is a good football team that you're playing. You know, I think that they understood that from here on out, especially in the playoffs, all these teams are going to be good ones. That first round has kind of been legislated out with the split, so we're going to have a lot of great football games coming up in the next 3 weeks.
Well, there's no doubt everybody's capable of winning.
Absolutely. Seth Mishler came up with the big play there, and then what a talented, their quarterback got hurt earlier in the year, so they're kind of using a couple of dual quarterbacks, some guys that were receivers playing there, so they have some athletic ability to make you miss, and they start to put together a little bit of drive, but here comes our guys again. Colton King with the nice play, LT. Look at the pressure, the way they're applying it there. You see Seth Mishler there, and Chance Wingluski sneaking, he sniffed out the screen there at defensive end, and defense played well.
Chance had a really good game. He was back there a lot.
Outstanding job. Come back with the little receiver screen of our own to the outside to Deontay, and executed extremely well. Our kids blocked it well down the field. You can see here, do this about every week. We're constantly working on the screen game, and our guys execute it well. Got a big block from Will Hamilton. Deontay gets a lot of yardage there. Come back to the counter play. Got a huge block in there by Javin as we get all the positive yards that we need. And then just look at the push.
Yep.
Just a pile of Redskins. Actually, the Redskins piling up the Huskies there. I love this play right here on the fumble. Jack Allspaw has a chance to recover the fumble, chooses to knock the guy out of the way. What a great selfless act, as you can see him pushing his guy out of the way so someone else can make the play, and there's Io right behind him. That's great team defense.
It certainly is, and you're right. Not many guys are going to think that way. That's good football smarts.
Absolutely. Tyler has such great vision, but he also has great speed. He sees the inside holes. He's wanting to get it in the end zone there and realizes, hey, I think I can outrun all these guys to the corner, and does just that.
Yeah, as an old coach once said, if I can outrun you, you can't catch me.
That's very good philosophy there.
And it works, boy. Speed kills. There's no doubt about that.
Philosophy of coaches. That's something else.
44-7 here at the half. Obviously, a really good first half. When we come back, we'll take a look at the second half highlights. Things will slow down a little bit. You'll see a lot of work for a lot of Union players here on the Union Football Coaches Show.
At Arvest, we know our customers come to us for different reasons. There are some who need banking on their time. For others, it's not when they bank, but where. Then there are those who take their banking wherever they go. From big moves to small favors, we recognize the needs of our customers, and now they've recognized us. Again, for the third year in a row, Arvest ranked highest in customer satisfaction with retail banking in the Southwest region by J.D. Power and Associates. Switch today and get the customer service you deserve, only from Arvest Bank.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey, along with the Union head football coach, Kurt Frederick, up 44-7 at the half. Not a lot you have to say at the half, but it is senior night. What are you saying to your guys?
Well, we talked to our guys about staying focused, playing a complete game. If you're able to get into the game, if you're in the substitution, we're not just giving you playing time. You've got to go earn it, and we wanted our guys to come out and play extremely tough.
And you can see they start that way right away.
Javon Elliott in there with big pressure, and then, of course, you see Chance coming in, defense applying pressure. You want to set a tone early on, and there's nothing like having a defense like Chance coming out there and letting them know, hey, this isn't going to change much.
And that Belton kid, he's tough to corral.
He definitely is. The push we had inside by our offensive line was tremendous right there, and you can see that Shamari had a really nice run inside. And then we come back with Brandon Birch at quarterback, a junior quarterback for us, makes a nice read, nice throw and catch out to Will. What a great job of catching the ball and keep extending the drive. Got a nice block to the outside. You can see here run the boot play to the outside, and right away you see Brandon sees a senior out there, Ryan Rawlings. Loved the way Ryan played as he got into the game at receiver. Had a great second half.
And Brandon's such a tall kid. He's got a great view.
Definitely. We're not used to that here at Union. We've had some vertically challenged kids, the last few years, but what an outstanding play there. There's Ryan with a great throw and catch. Birch is able to keep the play alive, steps in, sees Ryan to the outside, breaks a tackle. On a senior, a guy that has an opportunity to score a touchdown, he's going to give it everything he has, and love to see that play.
And that's despite you getting the penalty against them on the grabbing the helmet area.
Speaking of seniors, you got Matt Tate coming in, makes a nice play on the first down, and then they just break to the outside on us and got a lot of speed, as we said, and love the tenacity of Adrian Lewis to chase that down, but gives them their second score.
Yeah, up by 40 to chase that down shows you something.
That definitely does. Got Evans in there, senior offensive guard, doing a really good job of blocking, and Shamari. He's like he's like a chained up animal back there. You just give him the ball, you never know where he's going to go, but he seems to find a great hole, and he runs extremely tough as well.
Yeah, for a guy his size, he does run really, really hard. He's behind his pads.
You can see our guys in there. You can see Gardner in there doing a nice job. Mark Gardner at offensive tackle. Come back with the big screen play, and they do a nice job just tripping us up there on the edge. Great play there inside. Love the play by Rico Peters, defensive lineman. Austin Passmore at nose guard, giving a lot of pressure to the offense. They come back with their boot play, and our guys come in and make a nice play. Got a junior safety coming in, making a really nice play on the ball. Love the way our defense continues to string it out. You see our guys inside there. There's Cordell Ramsey. So many players in there. Malik Hansen coming in at linebacker position. Love the way that Matt Tate fit that. He stayed home where he was supposed to, taking the cutback away and kept the play on to the play side. Nice job there by Jalen Steele, knocking the ball loose. Gives the ball back to our offense, and we're able to come in. We've got a sophomore tailback in there, Courtney Holmes. There's another senior right there. Oh, man, I didn't see that during the game. That's pretty tough hit on the sideline.
Yeah, she got back up and is okay.
Very,
for winter.
very good. But Spencer Shores handles our deep snapping duties, but also can play some tight end. Had a nice play on the quick pass to the outside. Love the way that Birch is managing the offense, doing a really good job with it. Big guys up front blocking. There we are. There's Spencer. Come over here on our sideline. We won't run over our own people. So Spencer does a nice job with it. Brandon looks downfield, doesn't see much, continues to keep the play alive and tries to get the ball out there to Bird. Mario Ferretti, senior tailback, in the game now, does a really nice job. Great pass protection right there. And just off the fingertips there as we continue to try to manage as we get to midfield. What a great throw and catch to another sophomore. Marco in there making a nice catch for a first down. Continuing to keep the ball going. Oh, what a great block inside there by Demarius Smith, and he is a senior tight end for us and making some nice blocks.
He's doing a good job of just, as you said, extending this drive. This is a real grinder.
Well, we a lot of guys we do have some of our trying to get a ball there to Demarius, the senior tight end, and forced it in there a little bit, and they get a nice turnover. But a lot of these kids that you see are some of the future Redskins as well. We got some JV guys there. Elijah Harris, a junior safety for us. What a great play.
Really good job.
Oh, outstanding play by Malik Hansen, senior linebacker for us, just staying home on the option. But a lot of our JV kids that you see in, that's a group that had an outstanding season. We played 2 JV games. We have a red team and a white team. Our white team was undefeated. Our JV red team lost 1 game through the year. So these guys have a lot of playing experience, but there's nothing like getting them in there on Friday nights.
And many of them had a game in and around this game.
Oh, exactly. They had the one the next night. And you see Peyton Morrison kept the ball there at quarterback. We have interchangeable sophomore quarterbacks here. We just kind of going back and forth with Grady Davenport as he is at quarterback, and we had Peyton Morrison as well. A couple of those sophomores, there's Peyton in there handing the ball off and giving some of those sophomores a lot of fun. They get beat up by the defense all year long. You want to get those quarterbacks, give them a couple of plays.
Absolutely.
Love the play here. Here's some of the future of the Redskins. Peyton Morrison, nice throw out there to Spencer Howard, right on the goal line, and just trying everything we could on 4th down to get Mario a touchdown, and unfortunately wasn't able to do that. What a great play by Tyler DeSmit, junior defensive lineman, blows it up there in the backfield, almost had a safety. And their little tailback sneaks it out there and gets a few yards as the time expires.
That's about all there was to it. 51-14 as the team shake hands, and now it is on to the playoffs. And as you mentioned, it's changed a little bit. We'll talk about some of that too, and we'll also take a look at some of our up close and personal when we come back on the Union Football Coaches Show.
School has started, and there isn't a better way to show school spirit than by wearing clothes from the UWear store. Located next to the stadium inside the UMAC, the Union UWear store has everything you could ask for. Football season is here, and every Union fan needs some gear to show school spirit. From winter wear to spirit gear to everyday items, there's no going wrong at the UWear store. So come on down to the UWear store and show your school spirit.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Regular season is over. Rick Corey along with Kirk Frederick. But before we leave that regular season, let's do one more up close and personal during the regular season with a lot of good seniors.
Yes, a lot of great seniors playing. Vic got some great views here. Here's the block kick by Io. And we talked to those guys about getting to the block point. And as you said in the break there, he does such a great job of getting to that spot. Io celebrating right there with Isaac Ledbetter, the one who got the touchdown, and a lot of fun. Again, people ask all the time, what do you like about coaching high school, and watching kids celebrate. Love the intimidation of this picture right here. Those guys are getting ready to go block the punt. You see Ledbetter on the outside.
That's a track stance. They're ready to go.
Outstanding job. Coach John Davis and his staff does a great job with our special teams. You see Robert Thomas there on big catch, almost gets in the end zone. This picture here, it's got 4 seniors in it. Terrell Buchanan after a touchdown. You got Fisher, you got Barnes, and of course Fox. It's kind of neat to see all 4 seniors right there and just think about their journey as Redskins. Another senior in his journey, Ryan Rollins. This is the one where he gets face mask and still scores. Then talked about the future. Junior Elijah Harris, safety, coming in and making a nice open field tackle. Coach Neal be proud of that tackle, that leg tackle. Eyes up. Doesn't have his head down, makes a great play. Malik Hansen, that's the one we commented on the option play. You can see the way he squares his body, does a nice job, just the way Coach Foster taught him to do it. And then the young, one of the young sophomores, welcome to Friday nights, I guess is what you'd say right there, is Peyton Morrison. is trying to run the football, gets face masked, but I believe he picks up a few yards on that play.
Yep. And then the seniors gathered for a picture here, which I thought was really neat.
What I really like about that one right there is it's got our seniors and the ones that you guys get to call out on the radio, but it's also got guys and gals that are student trainers, student managers, support people that just pour in so much to our program. And to see those parents and the pride that they have in our program as they're being introduced, and it might be a young lady that's been an athletic trainer for us and the hours she's put in, or a student coach assistant, all the video we have. Right. There's a lot of hours put in by people that just don't wear a helmet, but they help our program out.
Absolutely, you couldn't do without them. All right, now as we head into the playoffs, Coach, we're looking at a different format here because of the way they've split up 6A. Kind of explain what you're going to be looking at here.
Well, they 32 teams has been what 6A has been about for many, many years, and in all the other classes, the way that it works is you work into that playoffs. Well, the decision by the OSSA this year, it's been talked about too many times, so we don't need to go over it too much, but they've split that class into two divisions, Division I and Division II, 16 teams. Everyone understands that, but a lot of people are like, well, what's the playoffs look like? Right. Well, for us, it's only 3 games, so you start with the quarterfinals, and that's been one of the things that we've tried to tell our kids is you're not going to have a first-round opponent that if you're fortunate enough to beat 55-10. It's not going to be one of those because there's only 2 districts, and that's those best of the best that are in those districts that have made it through. So an Edmond Memorial team was in a 3-way tie for the playoffs, and so they're in there with Edmond, Santa Fe, and Yukon, and Westmore, and those guys are all battling out for position. So they're going to be battle tested. It's going to be very tough, but we'll have the quarterfinal game, and then next week will be the semifinals. So right away, it's just an awkward feeling in its first year.
Right.
But that Thanksgiving weekend semifinals has been bumped up a week, and then Thanksgiving as a bye week before the championship week.
Do you like having that weekend between there? So it's 3 games, 4 weeks. Do you like the week off?
I just hope we're there for that one. Yeah, that's what we talk about.
Wouldn't you like the week off?
Yes. We always talk as coach, you don't ever want to talk about weeks off at this time of year because of the playoffs, and you understand what that means. And so you get very nervous about, off-season weightlifting catalogs that come in the mail. Those, we're not superstitious, we're just real careful. But, this time of year, the other thing that has been really good to us is the amount of practice our kids get. Sure. Some of those sophomores, they're going to get an extra 4 weeks of practice, and that pays off as you get into the spring. You're able to see some guys in the way that they develop. All
right, so penalty flag on me. I'll take that one, and we'll just move on from there. What do you know about the folks at Edmond Memorial?
Well, they've got an outstanding tailback. Warren Wand, I believe his name is, number 6. You won't take you long to recognize who he is. He's gone over 5,000 yards in his career. So that says enough. As an extremely dangerous tailback, outstanding receiver. They're coached well. They're a no huddle, multiple formation team that our defenders they're going to be tested this week, and then it's going to be really tough on our guys, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
So 3 games to get to an opportunity for a gold ball in that 3rd game. We'll see if we can get there, and we'll join you next week on the Union Football Coaches Show.